Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday to everybody. This is day 3 of our 100 days of devotional. So glad that you're joining us today. And I know it's a Saturday, and so I think we should maybe start a little bit differently today. Maybe every day we should do this. But I want everybody, when we get up and do this devotional in the morning, get some water to drink. It's always good to start your morning off with a big glass of water, at least 16, maybe even 24 ounces immediately. Get that water in your system. And then it's also good to do a little stretching in the morning. So take just a minute, take a couple deep breaths. Come on, stretch those arms, stretch that back. Lean over, act like you're doing a Zumba class with Pastor Cassius. Here we go. Come on, CT, help me with the Zumba class right here. We are glad you're here. The joy of the Lord is our strength. This is day 3 in our devotional. It's going to be a great day. I know I'm going to say this a lot during the 100 days, but this is one of my favorite days. Let's grab our devotionals if you can, fully awake, and let's turn to those first couple of pages where you see the prayer of surrender at the bottom. And let's start off our devotional this morning together. Welcome to Spirit and Truth, by the way, where the whole household of God is welcomed and wanted. We certainly are glad that you're joining us for our day of devotion today. Come on, let's read out loud together. Spirit of truth, carry me where you will. Bring to me what you will. Take from me what you will. Awaken in me what you will. The Christ man is around me. The Christ mind is in me. The Christ power flows through me, and the Christ mystery exists as me. I believe it, I perceive it, and now I receive it. I am surrendered. Amen. And so it is. Day 3 in our devotional is called a righteous fast. Some of you, like me, were raised under the discipline, the doctrine, the tradition of fasting. And we're going to bust a few myths this morning around that and make sure that our fasting is something that is productive, not something that is sadomasochistic. We're going to get our minds right this morning, and this is one of the purposes of this devotional is to create a shift of paradigm, a shift in the way that we think. All right, let's read, as is our custom during this devotional. Let's read our affirmation out loud together. God takes no pleasure in my suffering. I could stop there for a minute. There is nothing redemptive about our suffering. God takes delight in my prosperity. God does not need to see me in pain in order for me to prove the depth of my love or the level of my commitment. I am capable of shifting my paradigm about fasting. Here we go. I am not anointed not to do. I am appointed to do. I will not live a life founded on what I keep from doing. I will spend my energy focusing on what I can do. What can I do? I will create joy. I will pursue peace. I will heal the hurting. I will be inclusive of those who have been left out. This week, I will be conscious of the truth that what I do is so much more powerful than what I don't do. So if you were raised religiously, sometimes we get caught up in this idea that serving God is about what we can't do or what we have to keep from doing. The thou shalt nots of the 10 Commandments. One of the ideas, or several of the ideas that I was raised around fasting, we fasted food, we fasted chocolate, we fasted soda. If you're from the North, we fasted pop. We fasted meat, we fasted television, we fasted the radio. Some of the more religious couples in our church would even say they were fasting sex. We fasted 40 days during Lent. We fasted in our church every Friday. We fasted from morning until after lunch, and then we finally ate dinner on Friday night and stuffed our faces because we were so exhausted from the fasting and starving. I want you to look down in the first paragraph at about the fourth line. I said this: I used to think many of our church members actually fasted smiling and laughing because they were so serious all the time, especially when they were fasting. Jesus gave us some encouragement about fasting. He said, when you fast, don't let your face fast. Tell your face not to tell everybody around you, oh, I'm so holy, I'm so religious, I'm suffering for Jesus, and I'm carrying my cross, I'm bearing this burden for the Lord. He said, don't let you change your countenance, wash your face. Even though your body may be fasting, don't let your face be fasting. Don't enforce your fast on everybody around you. I'm fasting, and by God, I'm gonna ruin everybody's day today fasting. All right, it's Saturday. Let's laugh a little bit together. Yeah. So somehow we believe that suffering, here's an important doctrinal myth that we need to get rid of. Somehow we believe that suffering would get God's attention, or at least prove to God how much we loved him or her. Okay, I want to read the second paragraph to you. This is where we're going to bring it all into perspective. Here we go. My tradition's fasting consciousness subtly conditioned us to believe God enjoyed our pain and our suffering. Well, we know that God enjoys persecuting, crucifying, seeing blood. God doesn't love, God doesn't forgive, atone until there's some type of bloodshed. And so why wouldn't God love to see us be starving and suffering and fasting? We're proving our love by what we don't do. Let's get rid of that. Consequently, we focus more on what we couldn't do than what we could do or should do or be doing. The prophet Isaiah is going to be our BFF this morning. He's going to be our road dog. He's going to straighten this whole fasting thing out for us. All the truth that is good for us is not just in the New Testament. There are some wonderful shadows and types in the Old Testament that let us see the bigness of who God really is. All right, come on, Isaiah, straighten this thing out for us today. Isaiah gives us a beautiful alternative to religion's traditional view of fasting. This is Isaiah chapter 58. Isaiah instructs us to do something, not keep from doing something. What does Isaiah say? What is the fast that I have ordained? He asks the question, God, what is the fast that you have ordained? And this is how God answers Isaiah. God says, set the oppressed free, feed the hungry, include the outcast. Look at God. This is the fast that I have ordained. Ironically, listen to this irony here. Isaiah tells us to fast fasting. So yeah, we're on a fast every day. What do we fast in spirit and truth? I'm fasting. What does that mean? I'm not living my life trying to prove my love to God by suffering or what I can't do. I am on a righteous fast to do something. I'm going to love my neighbor. I'm going to heal the hurting. I'm going to set the oppressed free. I'm going to include somebody that has been disenfranchised or marginalized in some way. Whew, this has been good today. All right, so let's read our prayer together at the end of this devotion today. Come on, let's read out loud together. This is the name for God today. Spirit of truth. Today I will begin a new fast. Empower me to help others by what I do, not by what I keep from doing. I know that you are more pleased when I love my neighbor than when I starve myself. Can we just stop in the middle of this prayer and say that again? I know that God is more pleased when I love my neighbor than when I starve myself. Sometimes religion, come ye out and be separate from among them. Jesus said, hang on, guys. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, let's do something. Let's not, as the religious order walked by the gentleman that was hurting, Jesus said, who does God choose? God chooses that Good Samaritan, whether he's fasting food or not, that says, someone's hurting, let me offer some help in some way. I know that God is more pleased when I love my neighbor than when I starve myself. Last sentence, let's read it together. Today, I choose the fast you have ordained. Amen. And so it is my prayer for you today is just the Nike cliche, just do it. Stop living our lives trying to prove to God how much we love him or her by starving ourselves, what we keep from doing, all the thou shalt nots. Let's prove our love to God by what we do. Just do it this morning. Tomorrow is Sunday, and it's the first Sunday in our devotion together. And so I'm so excited to get up early to have 10 or 12 minutes of devotion on a Sunday morning. Then we're all going to be in church together, whether you're coming in person or whether you're joining us virtually. Let's start the day off tomorrow, right? Let us know how things are going. If you're having any technical difficulties, reach out to us. Hopefully everything's going smoothly for everyone. We haven't heard many complaints yet. So whether you're on YouTube, Zoom, whether you dialed, there's many people that dialed in to listen this morning. We're glad that you're here. This was a great day of devotion. Tomorrow, talk about busting myths. My God, talk about busting myths. Generational curses or blessings. Let's get rid of some bad information. Let's clear out some space for God to create in us a clean heart and to renew a right spirit within us. Until then, we hope you have a great day. Go in peace. May God bless you.
Miss Cheryl commented that the bears were also seeking spiritual enlightenment.
The bears want to be part of our devotion.
Just in case anyone didn't see that, you can share your comment.
So I commented on the chat today. Yesterday, I'm sitting at the breakfast table and I look up and say, okay, there's a bear. Holy God, there are 3 bears on our back porch. So I'm running around trying to find my phone, making sure the doors are locked. There are 3 bears, a mama bear and 2 of her cubs just walking around in the backyard. Brandy and I are in Pasadena. We're in Sierra Madre, right outside of Pasadena. And she's recovering from surgery. We're staying close to her surgeon for a couple of more days. But yeah, there was some bears. And so the bears are part of our devotion. We're going to just choose to believe that we are St. Francis of Assisi. Even nature wants to commune with us. It's the bears learned about a righteous fast today. We love you guys. We hope you have a great Saturday. Get out, get some fresh air, move that body around, drink some water, stretch, and get some good breath into your body. Until we see you tomorrow, go in peace and may God bless you.